I do that to people all the time about my name. That happens all the time. So I love Portland for a particular reason. I hate it as well. But I love it when you're a person of color and you're across the street and you see another person of color and you go like, and they immediately respond. I think it's something very beautiful that carries on that. I think we acknowledge the presence. We understand what it feels to live here. I'm gonna tell you a story that I have never told to people because people never ask. And the reason why I wanna tell you this is for you to ask what you never thought about people, but in a respectful way, right? I think that for the most part, we are willing to share as much as people is willing to listen. So recently I'm being a little upset with minimalist hipsters who are obsessed about the desert. I feel that they haven't earned it. But who am I to judge? I'm just one of millions of immigrants who crossed the border to the desert, risking their lives. Just a drop of the rain of a storm. So we came to the US because my father was alone. He worked in Oregon, and he, at that time, for the most part, he missed the best part of our lives. We're little kids, when we start believing in Los Reyes Magos, and when we realized the magic was just an illusion of shit. So he talked to my mother and convinced my mom. She was like, look, you can come, whatever. My mom was convinced. So a month before we came, my mom told us, look, we're going. And my mom is someone who's very flexible, very understanding, but this is the only thing. My mom has been very militant, right? So she said, we're going in this day, and you're not allowed to tell people that we're leaving. Only friends and family, really close friends and family, you can tell them. So the month passed, and we said bye to people. The last day we went, we stopped at this place where my grandfather still works there, and said bye to him. And went to a place to take a bus to the frontera. And in this bus, there was a whole people from Veracruz. It was full of people from Veracruz, about 30 people. Veracruz is the black pearl of Mexico, if you don't know. And the frontera is a brutal place. Everybody knows the people who come in buses are gonna cross. This entire careers or hustles. The people made their jobs to hustle immigrants to make their living. That's how people make their living. So we're there, we get off the bus, and there was this guy named Miguel. Whatever stereotype of a good Mexican you have is Miguel. Skinny, very respectful, friendly, makes eye contact, 25. He was 25 at that time. So we get off the bus, and Miguel is like, play cool, man. Just don't act up. Don't act up. Play cool. Oh, cool. But everybody knows. Everybody knows people's going north. The night before we took in this journey, my mom checked the backpack again, right? And in this backpack, we had a change of clothes, 5 pairs of socks, 2 clean new underwear, and a jacket. My mom was important this jacket because she heard a radio novela when she heard of the story of 2 brothers who, when they were trying to cross the desert, they got too hot during the day, throw their jackets away, and die of cold in the middle of the night. So my mom, if I remember something from my mom, was your jacket, don't throw your jacket. And this is through my whole life. My entire life, my mom's like, where's your jacket? Where's your jacket? But this very militant, like mother's time, right? So we pack our shit. Oh, one piece I'm missing here is my mom, only piece of jewelry she decided to take that day. It was this small little Virgen de Guadalupe of gold. A Virgen that she recently gave to me and I lost in my room, and I have no idea what it is. I haven't told my mother this yet. Yeah, I'm sure there's protecting somebody else in a different way. So is the day that we're leaving, and we stop at it's the night before. And we stop at these tienditas, these little stores, and people have everything you need to cross. Backpacks, canned food, water, chips, little snacks. So we got exactly 6 cans of tuna and 2 of vegetables and a big package of saltines. I remember grabbing a sneaker And I told my mom, can I take this? And, you can see why I earned my lonjas, So I asked my mom, can I take this? And she's like, no. And there was something in her eyes. I know, no, man, no. So cool, we leave. And they put us in this red truck, all red truck, that they use for like, move the animals, right? It was like about 30 people, everybody from Veracruz and us. There was only 3 teenagers then. My brother, he's everything I'm not, me, and another like young woman. So we get off and the sun is rising. We're right in the middle of nowhere. And in this middle of nowhere is known as the funnel routes for immigrants. These routes, they are created for immigrants to push them in the most dangerous conditions. So they either die by the environment, they get shot by former militaries that promise to protect this land, or they get hustled, killed, and probably abused or sexually abused by other people, right? Their job is just to do this. So we start walking literally in the middle of nowhere in this funnel route for people. And his journey is April 30, 2001. A little interesting, between 2001 and 2002, for the first time in U.S. history, or in modern U.S. history, the amount of immigrants crossing the border double, and then triple, and then more and more. That year, somebody had to pay for the lives of 9/11, and it was many immigrants since then. So we were a little before 9/11, but this shit was already happening. So we're walking, and we walk, and we walk. And it was fun. If it wouldn't be as dangerous, I promise you it would be fun. It was my first hiking trip to the U.S. So we stopped, little snack, and just like at home, we eat in a circle. Mom puts it in the middle. She takes the first bite, and probably the only bite she takes because she raised 2 boys, and it was like, we ate like forever. And we walked. We have these 2-liter water bottles, and we were only allowed to drink when my mom said to drink. So we drink. And we have a few stops. We were promised that the trip take 8 hours, but then it was 16 hours, and it was night. So we stopped and sleep in the ground, surrounded by each other. Some people threw away their jackets, so we just huddled, and passed the night. That's the coldest night of my life, I swear to you. In Oregon, it's cold. Next morning, we woke up, and Miguel just said to walk, and we walk. We take some breaks, and we continue on walking. Eventually, we ran out of food, and some people didn't, and some people share the food. And in one of those breaks where people will eat, we would drink water. And my mom said, just get your lips wet, para engañar a la sed. And then that day became 30 hours, and we lost. I have no idea where we are, and so do the coyote, Miguel. So eventually, we had like this much of water in our water bottles. And we found, I can't remember what these are called in either language, but we found these vessels where cows drink. So we fill water bottles again. And before we drink, we will put our shirts to filtrate the mud, and we drink. And like my mom said, just getting our lips wet, para engañar la sed. We eventually got picked up. I have no idea how Miguel found the place where we get picked up. But he even said to me, Gordo, I'm gonna give you the trunk by yourself so you can slip all the way back. And that's how I got to the US 17 years ago. And since then, I earned a different respect for the desert. But more important, I learned what it meant to share food in the US. I learned the value of water in a completely different way. And now that I'm here for more than half of my life, I still struggle to the same thing that I struggled my first year here. I struggled to find a place to feel that I belong. And to tell you the truth, I wish we would have never come. I wish we would have stayed. I don't hold any resentment to my mother because she did it out of love for my father. She could tell that we miss our father and we were acting up, and that he missed us too. And that's it.